Good morning everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. My name is Rooster and today we're playing Pirate Warrior. Let's charge ahead. That is the worst ARG I've ever made in my whole life. That's embarrassing. Anyways, about the deck. It has received some upgrades. Oh, see what I did there? It has received some upgrades in the latest expansion with N'Zoth's First Mate, which is actually an excellent card, especially along with upgrade, because the 1-3 weapon is excellently suited to be upgraded. As well as the Bloodsail Cultists. I unfortunately only own one of them, and it's not exactly at the top of my priority list to craft another. So we'll have to do it with just one, but besides that gives me an excuse to try out a Captain Greenskin, which is definitely not required in the deck, neither is Leroy, but does provide the deck with some unexpected burst at the end. So definitely recommend it if you can afford it. But can easily be replaced with something else. I'm not sure about the fairy dragons also. Might be that it's a good idea to replace it with one thing or another. But for now, I'm pretty satisfied with the current situation. Let's we can play this as a 3-3 right now, which is acceptable, and then kill this one off, and then next turn start bashing with another weapon. Or we could Fiery War Axe and then coin out this one and kill this thing. I kind of like that also. Might be better tempo, a little wasteful of the weapon. But it will make this one a little bigger next turn. I think that's better. Sure. We got what we needed out of the other one, so it's good enough. Let's just go for the tempo here. Might be running out of cards a little quickly though, but not dealing with the 2-3 on the field is a little dangerous against, well, this is also a little dangerous against Flametongue Totem, so I guess that's not really an excuse. But getting more value out of the Bloodsail Raider is pretty good, and having the 3-3 taunt out is good in all occasions except Flametongue Totem right now. So him using a Rockbiter there is definitely acceptable. Running out of cards rather quickly though. So that's definitely a problem, as well as Taunt Totems, which are the bane of this deck's existence. In general, I don't think Shaman is that great a matchup. Yeah, just playing a big dude here. Do we want to charge in? I don't think it's a good idea to waste the deck hand here. Pretty sure it's not. We can make a new weapon next turn, so we don't mind wasting it here. Especially with the current cards on hand, we might just deal 7 to face. Which is a thing that this deck likes to do. It should go face a lot, because that's the way it's going to win. A little worried about, well, we could have used that last turn and it would have been pretty good, I think. Well, no, not against the Fiery War Axe, of course. I may have misjudged that. Yeah. Well, we actually do have a Fiery War Axe here, and we can make this work next turn, I think. So that's not awful. Probably do want to kill the Flametongue Totem off here. Alternatives include not really anything. I could also kill the Shrog, but I think the Flametongue Totem is more dangerous here. And our opponent is also not doing too great on cards, actually. So I'm not terribly worried here. And next turn, Southsea plus Cultist is actually rather good. So I don't hate that. Giving your weapon +1/+1 is a really powerful effect, actually. Ooh, that's awkward though. I don't like that. And the 2-1 is going to be really awkward all of a sudden. Don't like that at all. Oh, I could upgrade an Arcanite Reaper. That's really greedy though. And the Reaper is actually not great against the current board. I think I still do want to upgrade, even though it's not actually great against the current board. Let's just do it now. Kill the Taunt Totem because that has to happen eventually. So it's going to eat 2 damage eventually, and now at least I have a 2-1 on the board, which is likely to eat the 2-3. If our opponent knows that our deck does not run any whirlwind effects, then we might be in trouble. Although the Arcanite Reaper does represent a lot of face damage, eventually.
What to do?
Shamans must be a bad matchup, I think. I don't think this deck fares well in a meta where a lot of your opponents are playing Shaman. Maybe it's more of a tournament deck, actually. I've seen some deck lists from the upcoming North American preliminaries, where people have made some deck analyses for that, and a few players were bringing like 4 aggro decks. That's actually kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. But they might have foreseen a really aggressive meta, and in that case it might be correct to just bring a really slow meta, and you can capitalize on that by... Oh god, that's not good. Getting the Taunt Totem again is really bad for us. Yeah, that's not good. This thing... We could have killed it if he didn't roll a Taunt Totem here. We may have to hit the Arcanite Reaper this turn. That Taunt Totem is so awkward. This matchup could have gone a lot differently if he didn't just draw non-stop Taunt Totems. I may have to guess it right now. If I don't develop the Arcanite Reaper here, my next turn is going to be really awkward again, so... Not going to work like this. Partly bad matchup, partly rolling double Taunt Totems in a row is going to be really bad here. But yeah, it's... Oh my gosh. No more! Stop the taunts, please! Oh, that's so bad. Oh, am I dead? No, not exactly, but pretty much. Pretty much. Well... I mean, he rolled 2 Taunt Totems and he drew 2 Feral Spirits. We weren't going to win that game anyway. So sometimes you just need to know when you're outskilled. That's the way it goes. I do hope this deck does put down a win or 2, because I've been hearing some good stories, and so far... Well, you can't really judge it based on one game, but so far it hasn't seemed too spectacular. Probably because against other board control decks, your minions soon get outmatched. Hunter might be a meta matchup, actually. Well, we'll see how this goes. Gotta be careful of the Houndmaster still, though. Basically, every hunter you encounter is going to be a Midrange Hunter. And that means you have to be really careful about Houndmasters. Starting out with Sir Finley, I think. Hoping to get a Warlock hero power. That's better than the alternatives, I think. The Rusty Hook is not going to do anything for us here. And Life Tap is excellent. We could still be a Patron Warrior here, because Patron Warrior also likes his Life Taps. Well, with this hand... It's not going to be that. Are we just starting to go face? We have a terrible next turn also. Well, yeah, we have to tap, and our next turn can still be tap and play a 1-drop, so that's kind of okay. Kinda sorta. And we really need to draw something, because our cards are terrible right now. Oh, a Controlish Hunter. Okay. Well, I'm not going to kill that. so in that case we'll just life tap again. And I guess we can trade a 1-1 for a Rusty Hook. That's probably okay. I'm certainly glad. Let's get some damage in. I'm certainly glad I got that life tap off. If I had played any minions there and wouldn't be able to get rid of that Doomsayer, that would have been really, really painful. The Leok is actually kind of dangerous, so I'm thinking about charging in there with the Korkron. Which is not awful, and again our hand is really awkward. Awkward? I'm sorry, I'm just stumbling over my own words here. Shouldn't be too easy for a hunter to get rid of. Yeah, and him using a quick shot here. You're using a quick shot. I'm never sure how to refer to certain players. Winning that joust is important. Well, not if it's concerning a huge toad, but you catch my drift, right? We could charge this one in. We kind of want to develop a 5-drop here, but the Arcanite Reaper's not going to do much, to be perfectly honest. I kind of like just playing this and the Fairy Dragon. We can play the board control game for just a little longer. Fairy Dragon's awkward enough that it might incite an awkward answer from our opponent. That's not awesome, but I can definitely live with it, and I think we'll even sacrifice an Arcanite Reaper to get rid of that Kodo. Not sure, we have a lot of burst in our hand, but if she gets a Houndmaster off, that's going to be really awkward for us. So I think I'll Arcanite Reaper that. And I do think we're getting this face damage here. Because getting onto the board is also important. She's got quite a number of cards, but we've got quite some burst in hand. So I'm not sure whether I'm really that worried about it. That thing definitely has to die, though. So we'd better make sure of that. If that's an explosive trap, is that going to be... If that's explosive, it's okay, but if this is bear, then I definitely want to attack the minion first. I think in most occasions... Actually, we could just trade the Fairy Dragon in. Because if that's explosive, that's not a horrible trade. I think I'm trading the Fairy Dragon here. If it's freezing, that's still okay. Because I was planning on attacking this anyway. You can't let that live. You really can't let that live. Do we want to develop the Fairy Dragon again? We really should just play a weapon, I think. Play a weapon and tap? That seems really slow. Let's see. I like this. And I don't think you can leave a 2-red Rhino on the board. I've played some Midrange Hunter and things get really ridiculous once you start charging out Savannah High mains. That's something... Oh my gosh, double Kodo. That's crushing, wow. Is it time to start going face here? I think it might be. We've got this axe here, but that's looking mightily awkward. If we attack face, how much burst do we have? We have 10 damage in the form of Leroy plus Mortal Strike. And then a weapon swing. So we're getting pretty... If we just Arcanite Reaper here, then we can play a free taunt. And nothing else, though. That might be okay, though. Alternative would be to attack face, play Fairy Dragon and Dread Corsair. Oh, and then attack... No, that's not going to work. We get some additional burst from the thing, though. Okay, let's attack face. Play both of the... so let's actually equip the Reaper and play this. Please play this. Hello? Thank you. Wow. That took a while. I was getting worried there.
The beasts obey me.
Yeah, so killing the beasts is really valuable, but this could lead to a lethal situation. Kinda. Oh, not if she gets a taunt from that though. Is this reverse lethal though? If we kinda have to. That's 10. That's 15 damage. But if I take 4 from that, if I take 4 from that, that's 7. That's 12. That's kill command lethal. That's quick shot lethal even. I don't like that a lot. So we could Mortal Strike the Misha. I actually don't hate that. And that means we can attack face here, because that's always going to happen. And in that case, we... Horse Rider? We always Horse Rider here, right? We don't have to burst anymore, so it has to be Horse Rider face. And as long as she doesn't have a Houndmaster here, I think, or kills us, I think that's lethal. Deadly Shot is fine. Please don't have a Houndmaster, that's all I'm asking here. That is not a Houndmaster, so I think we won. Alright, that was a little awkward, I'll admit. That was a little awkward. But we drew a lot of weapons there, and we didn't have a lot of time to use them. But, yeah, slowish Hunter decks. That was a really awkward Misha, though. I'll admit. Made me a little nervous. Although, if it were a Leok, I guess we would have taken a lot more damage, wouldn't we? But if it weren't a taunt, we could have just killed her there. Yeah. Could we? No, she did clear our minions, I think. I don't remember. That turn was a little awkward, no matter how you turn it. More Hunters. I think Hunter is a good matchup, but we do have to be very, very careful about Houndmasters. If they get a good Houndmaster off, we are in dire straits. Keeping the 1-drop is good. Keeping the Horse Rider, I think, is not. Especially against the Hunter, I don't think it's too... Well, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. It can run into King's Alex and huge toads and the like. I think that's fine. Especially with the coin, it's not embarrassing to keep, I think. Do I trade that for a South Sea deckhand? I think I do. Probably okay. I'm willing to make this trade. And I could Horse Rider into it. That's probably bad. He's going face. Okay. I am still a warrior. Have to remind them of that fact, I think. Just playing a 3-4 here is probably better than the alternative. And that means we're not trading, right? I think this is a race we can win. We have a pirate, we don't have a weapon, I don't think I care. He can deal another 2 damage to us here, but we are threatening the trade with the 3-4. So he's kind of incentivized to just trade the bat into the 2-1. And that would be a trade I would be okay with. Still. Oh, that's brave. I guess it works, sure. If this hits face, that's really awkward for him. But I guess that's a trade that works, yeah. We can play another pirate here, we can Horse Rider, that's not great. I kinda like the Heroic Strike killing that. And that does give us another 2-1 on the board, which is fine. Minions on the board are repetitive damage, and that's good. We have another Mortal Strike for example, a Misha. That's not awful. And even an infested wolf here is probably okay for us. We have a lot of good draws here. No, the bats are so awkward though. Let me think. We don't want to Mortal Strike that, that's for sure. Are we just going face? We might just be going face here. It's not too much pressure. We may not want to add additional minions on the board. That's going to be really bad though. Would appreciate a weapon at this point, but can't have it all. Let me... If I hit the 2-1 into the 2-1, that's not going to end well for us. I think we just have to get the face damage in. And that means playing Horse Rider, as awkward as it may be. We've got a lot of burst to finish off the game. If he gets us low enough, this is actually 12 damage from hand. Let's be reasonable and say it's 10 damage. So we just need to do 8 more to face. And that is absolutely okay. And he's incentivized to go face here. Although he may not want it. Okay, pings off the Divine Shield is acceptable. We still get a 2-1 left over, and that's good enough. Hero power. He's playing another me. Oh, he's quick-shotting ours. Okay, that's fine. We've got some burst to finish off, so all we need here is just a few more damage. That's not a card we need, though. Just going face here. If he's hitting both of his minions in, and we're gaining 2 health, he's losing 2 health, I'm okay with that. We could just hero power, though, and then we lose 2 health again, and this is not a trade I'm going to keep making. Should I have just played... Maybe I should have just played the Captain Greenskin, actually. He would have had to trade both of his minions in, which is mightily awkward, I might add. I don't know about this. This game could have gone a lot better if we would just draw any weapon, basically. We just play Greenskin, then he trades in both of his guys. That's... Well, but if he does trade in both of his guys, that's still okay with me, I guess. I could play the Corsair. That's not... I could just Mortal Strike face here. Then if we draw a weapon, then we're getting pretty close. I can't kill him if I Mortal Strike face, though. How about this? I think this is the play. We're going to have to kill him at some point. If he draws a Houndmaster, we are basically dead. And if we top deck a weapon now, we are actually in a good spot to win the game in 2 turns, I think. This may just be the way we have to go about it. Yeah, I would like to repeat my statement that if we had drawn any weapon at any point during this game, we might have been in a much better position. Okay, he's going for the race. He has 11... That's not lethal, but it's lethal in 2 turns. Okay, so what can we draw to gain lethal here? That's 11, that's 13 damage on the board. That's not going to work out. So we may have to we can't win if we Mortal Strike the Leok or the High Main. We couldn't have done any damage to him last turn, could we? So that's lethal. The Captain Greenskin doesn't help us here. No, we've lost. Yeah, that wasn't going to work without any weapons. That's just the way it goes sometimes. That's the curse of the warrior, basically. There's 6 weapons, 7 if you count upgrades. I'm not counting the second upgrade, but well, actually I should. There's 8 weapons in the deck and we didn't draw any. That's I'm going to chalk that one down on bad luck. We basically just needed 6. Not even that. Well, actually, yeah, we did need a lot more damage. 6 damage to face in addition. So Wasn't going to be easy, but we weren't going to win that way regardless. Are we mulliganing for 1-drops? I think we are. Especially without the coin, I really want a 1-drop. It's going to make things a lot easier. Are we? We are hitting face with this. Gives him something to do with this coin, but that's fine. If he wants to heal this, I'm okay with it. And you really want to use your weapon charges. If I'm upgrading this, then I'm still okay with me hitting face the first time. There's enough weapons in this deck that you're basically most of the time actually getting one, and yeah, I am replacing it with a Fiery War Axe here anyway. That's fine. We at least could. We at least got rid of it, and that's something. That's definitely a good thing. Because against Dragon Priest, if he just healed that, then he could have hit our Fairy Dragon, and we would have been in the same spot. That's definitely not great. And now we're able to get rid of this one also. It's not great. Order here is important, by the way. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And this might also be a bad matchup. Just like Shaman. Dragon Priest has a lot of taunt. So this could be pretty bad for us. And we're rapidly running out of cards at this rate, because we traded... Well, we traded 3 cards for his 2, so it's not all bad. So he did get some decent tempo off, and that's kind of bad for us. Just like this being quite a good move, actually. Could just play an additional Fairy Dragon. He's not into Holy Nova territory yet, so I guess that's okay. Are we playing the Deckhand in that case? He could Pyromancer, but he doesn't have 2 spells to combo with it, I think. So that's probably okay. We have to go on the aggression here, and it's not really working so far. Yeah, I can see how this is pretty terrible, but he did drew both of his Wormrest agents early. I don't feel too guilty about that, but yeah, decks with a lot of taunts are really awkward. Quick summary. I'm going to have to Mortal Strike this. But this is not going to end well for us.
Greetings.
3 out of 4 early taunts in this deck. I don't think we're going to win this. Oh, 4 out of 4. Well, yeah, that's a well played. That's going to cost me an additional 2 cards to get rid of. That's not going to happen. He won that one. Congrats, congrats. You draw 4 out of 4 taunts. I'm not going to bother with this. So sometimes my draws weren't bad, but if your opponent's draws are amazing, then you just lose. It's like playing against Tempo Mage. If they draw a hand with 2 Flame Wakers and a lot of cheap spells, you're not going to win that game, regardless of who you are. Unless your draws are amazing as well, and you happen to play a deck that's good against Tempo Mage. But yeah, that's not how it's going to work. This is pretty much everything I've ever wanted from an early starting hand. Yes, I think I'll keep all of this. All of these are good cards. I have a weapon that's worth upgrading. And I can still consider whether... Okay, this is going to be a Fiery War Axe, because we're not getting rid of that anytime soon, and we have 2 War Axes. So I think the Nazal's Mate is not going to get played anytime soon, but that's probably okay. Now, we can Finley next turn. That's actually a little awkward, I'll admit. Maybe we can hit a minion and then Fiery War Axe again. Oh, we do actually need a pirate on the board to upgrade into... Huh. That's a little awkward, I'll admit. Well, at least we can Murloc... Maybe we pirate? Do we hit it and then pirate? That seems really bad. But most of the options seem really bad here. And then at least we have a pirate on the board. No, we don't have a pirate on the board. He's going to Well, he might kill the pirate. That's not a given, but I would probably... I don't have another pirate. I kind of forgot about that detail. I guess I can Finley and upgrade. That's probably okay. Life tap's going to be prime choice here. Okay, let's upgrade and hit this. I don't like playing the Nasat's first mate here. Mostly.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay, so he's making that trade. That's okay. Then we can start going face next turn. Can we? Maybe we just play... Oh, we play a big taunt. I like that. We don't have an additional pirate, but I'm not sure whether it's worth... Well, we can upgrade the rusty hook, actually. That's not awful. Oh, this is a pirate, actually. Okay, no matter. We've got an additional pirate. That's really good. I completely forgot that that guy is also a pirate. So yeah, definitely making this play here. Yeah, and the Nazos mate isn't really doing as much as I imagined it would. That's a little annoying, I'll admit. Do we want to hit this? It does preserve a minion on the field, which might deal more than 5 damage to face. It's a pirate. I think I like it. Keeping minions off the field against a Zoolock is kind of important. So I'm okay with this. And this is dealing a lot of damage, so... It's very likely that the 3/4 survives to deal at least 3 additional damage, so yeah, that's entirely okay. That's a Void Walker, or a Soulfire. That is likely to be either a Void Walker or a Soulfire. But a Void Walker he would have played, right? Because he's really at risk of dying here. Let's tap, we're always tapping here. We're dealing 7 to face, we're dealing 10 to face. I think I enjoy dealing a lot more here. And even if he defenders, I think we're able to push through. I might be wrong here. If he defenders, then that's a 3/3 and a 3/5. I could have thought that through. He can't kill the cultist. Oh, he did get a Void Walker. That's really greedy then. I think he should have played that last turn. Okay, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead, right? He can't kill the cultist? Yeah. So Zoo is probably a good matchup here. Yeah, most Warlocks should be good, because they're incentivized to deal damage to themselves. They're playing minions that deal damage to themselves. And if you can just grab the board at any point, you've already won, I think. Because once you have the board, you can use your weapons to deal damage to face. That's good. Well, Arcanite Reaper is not a weapon you mulligan for. Heroic Strike is not a card you want early, and Argent Horse Rider is not good enough to keep on the play, I'm pretty sure. So, while this is not spectacular, at least we have something to do on turn 2 that's productive. So, yeah, I prefer this. It's far from ideal, but it's better than nothing. And that's not a glowing endorsement or anything, but a man's gotta do what a man's gonna do. And playing a 1-drop on turn 1 is not embarrassing. It can deal with a King's Alec, and that's good enough. And 2 damage for a Flame Juggler, that could end up poorly for us. Or it could still end up poorly for us, but if he hits into that, then I think I'm still content, because we can upgrade to kill it. That's probably okay. If he trades into the Fairy Dragon, that's still fine. And we get to deal 2 damage to face in exchange for 1 damage to face. So that's sure. Take that any day. A Flame Juggler would... No, it doesn't indicate anything about our opponent's deck, actually. If he plays a huge Toad here, that could be awkward. Well, not really. We're probably just trading the 2-1 in then. Actually, we're probably not. If he plays a Toad and trades into the 3-2, then we're probably not trading in. Well, it depends on our top deck, actually. We might just upgrade to have a weapon available, which is probably best. Okay, so that is a thing that's happening. If he trades that for the Toad, then I'm okay with that. I would like to upgrade, but we don't have a lot of great options here. I think we're playing... No, we're not playing Horse Rider and running into the Toad, right? I don't think that's a thing that's going to happen. He can make this trade, but then the Horse Rider would have to get killed by the Toad. I think I'm okay with that. And I think having the upgrade available for later is going to be more valuable. Okay, so we can safely go face here, I think. Oh, can I please end my turn? Thank you. I could have considered actually trading the Horse Rider into the 2-1. Is that better? It's 2 damage to face less, but he doesn't get to trade into the Fairy Dragon. He still gets to trade the Toad into the Fairy Dragon for a 50-50 to kill this. And he still gets that regardless. Okay, quick shots that. I'm okay with that, and the upgrade plan is still on the table. Upgrade for a weapon doesn't seem awful right now. And with the Heroic Strike top deck, I think that's a great plan. Okay, let's upgrade, kill the Bat, and play the Corsair. With added bonus of killing off his only remaining beast, so Houndmaster is off the table. So this is acceptable. I don't like playing this guy for basically full price. But we do get something on the field, and it's better than nothing. You heard it here first, guys. Something better than nothing. So definitely killing that, because the 1 damage to face is not relevant enough. He used both of his quick shots, so I don't think he has an easy way to get rid of this. Which is pretty good for us, I'd say. And we can start using our hero power to gain an advantage starting this turn. Perhaps I'm wrong. Do I kill that? He still gets the Houndmaster. I don't think I care about that guy. If he Houndmasters and then kills the 4-3, then it's a 1 health minion, and I can just exit next turn, can't I? So the plan here is to just Fiery War Axe and Heroic Strike. For 7-11 damage to face, that is actually not lethal next turn. We can deal 9 to face, and then we have Heroic Strike for next turn, which is still not lethal in 2 turns, but we could top deck something meaningful. Actually in both occasions, so that's not that relevant. I think I like this play because it lets me armor up. And it does allow us... Well, we do have lethal in hand as long as he doesn't taunt up. And if we're given 2 swings with the Arcanite Reaper, we would still have lethal at that point. If he Houndmasters and Hero Powers, that's okay. If he Houndmasters afterwards, we do have the... Yeah, then we still have the War Axe to deal with that, so... Not sure what's going on here. If I attack a minion, which is definitely going to happen, then we're still in okay shape. Don't expect this to be a snake trap, so not that worried. And definitely equipping the Arcanite Reaper here for the lethal next turn. Pretty much regardless of what happens, unless that's a misdirection or something. Because we don't need to attack with minions to win this. Yes. Should we check for misdirection? It's pretty much free, right? It is pretty much free. So in that case, we can attack face without... It doesn't matter what we attack, right? I just wanted to check for misdirection here. Just to know what trap we're dealing with. And then this is lethal. Alright. Because if that was a misdirection, we would have been screwed. So, it's kind of hard to check for it, right? And if it's not going to hurt, then might as well. Alright, well that's Pirate Warrior, which is a very aggressive deck. It has its share of good and bad matchups, so be aware. Probably want to add a second Blood to Silk Cultist. Probably don't need a Captain Greenskin. That's pretty much all I have to say about that deck, so hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions on what deck to play next, please leave a comment, and I'll check it out for next week. And I'll see you next time.